Welcome to the Screen the Screener College Basketball Podcast with your hosts, Mike Randall and Gus Kearns.
Welcome in, listeners, to the Screen the Screener College Basketball Podcast, where we're always talking everything college hoops. You could have been anywhere else in the dial, but you chose to be here with us, Mike and Gus, and we appreciate that. We're going to go with a little micro episode, micro EP, if you will. So let's hop in the car and let's discover 10 beautiful things about the college basketball game this week that we might need to pay attention to. Buckle up that seatbelt, keep those eyes open out as we are traveling. Screen the Screener is going to head on a road trip around the sport that we adore. Stop one, the start line. Let's start our road trip with Coach K and Duke, right? Coach K? Come on, Coach. We all understand the sting of a loss. It hurts, and it's uncomfortable. We get that part. But for the highest paid coach in college basketball, to get to the point, we expect better, classier, and kinder. This isn't the Olympic team, Coach K. You're coaching unpaid, underpaid amateurs who do not get paid to answer the tough questions, or the benign questions, or the dull questions. Guess what? You do. So please just do your job at the press conference, even if it proves to be challenging on the sidelines in the current climate. Set an example. Set an example, Coach, even on Zoom. Act like it matters, because it does. Stop 2. In or out? The 2021 tournament just might be absent of the likes of the aforementioned Duke, Kentucky, Michigan State. That's 3 out of the 4 of the annual start of the season championships classic on CBS. Throw in that UNC, Indiana, Florida, and Arizona are nowhere near the lockup territory and perhaps a little bubbly, and we just might view a 2021 NCAA tournament unlike any other with different names across the bracket. Get those futures at the ready out there, wagerers. There will be a non-traditional team or two in the Final Four this season. Mark that down. Maybe Alabama, a Winthrop, a Boise State, Tennessee. Stop 3. Time to revisit Alabama after the display that they went just absolutely ballistic in the best way against LSU in a 105-75 win on the road. The Tide hit a ridiculous 21 from behind the arc. What does that even mean? How do you even defend that? This squad has loads of interesting pieces. They take the ball hard to the hole. They have student athletes who have been around the SEC block, so to speak, and a coach who embraces the NBA influence, not dissimilar from Auburn and Villanova. Stop 4. Let's take time to admire. And we're still going to admire what's happening out in Spokane. The Zags nearly double up Pacific via the near palindrome score of 95-49. Frosh Jalen Suggs nearly equates a triple-double with 9 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and the Zags currently hold a KenPom efficiency number that is above 34. Now, the last few squads with a number that lofty include our defending champions, UVA of 2019, that near-perfect 2016 Kentucky team, and the 2008 Kansas championship team, and that 2002 Duke team that had a bunch of pros on it, including Jay Willems. These Zags are special, and they look the part of teams mentioned above with the All-Americas, the NBA-ish talent on the roster, and P.S. Baylor is right behind them at 33.74. Yikes, those two definitely have a separation from the field. Time for a pit stop. Time to hit the restroom, wash those hands, grab some snacks. Stay healthy, everybody. Been lucky enough to visit, pit stop, compete at both West Point and Annapolis. And the Army-Navy football game is always an event out here in the Northeast. But this pit stop, let's shine some light on the excellent hoops matchup this past week. Navy entered with a fine 10-1 record into the rivalry. Army's Lonnie Grayson goes for 19 and hits 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the 87-78 OT win for the Black Knights. Now, Navy is still a threat in the conference, no doubt, after sweeping both Bucknell and American already. We're just going to say thank you for your service and for your protection, midshipmen and Black Knights. Just thank you. Stop 6, Michigan. Now, you think we might talk some livers or maybe some Mike Smith during this stop? Nope. We're going to talk about Naz Hillman. This past week, that's right, we said she put up 50 points in a record for men's or women's hoops at the university. Now that is doing some work on the offensive end. Oh yeah, and Hillman also did her work on the boards with 16. What a performance by one of the best players in the nation, gender agnostic. She is well worth the watch if you get the chance. Naz Hillman from Michigan. Stop 7. Gotta hit a jug handle. It's a New Jersey staple on our weekly road trip. And a quite lovely brewery inside New Jersey. And we're going to hit Rutgers. Rutgers gains that win that the program was starving for inside Assembly Hall. The first win that the program has had inside Assembly Hall since joining the Big Ten against an Indiana team that was fresh off an upset over Iowa using pack line principles on defense. The equation seems simple for Rutgers and the Scarlet Knights. 1, defend. 2, take it to the hole. 3, make your free throws. They do these 3 things, they can win anywhere against anyone at any time. NJ Hoops still holds hope for our Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Stop 8. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, let's head back to Michigan. I'm sorry. The entire athletic program is on pause for 2 weeks, 14 days. Looking forward, this just illustrates the hang-up for our beloved March Madness. A school, i.e. Michigan, a conference, i.e. the Ivy, a county, i.e. Santa Clara, or i.e. an entire state, let's just call it New Jersey, could pull the plug at any time on their college athletics program and any athletics moving forward. Let's cross our collective fingers for things to trend in a healing direction for all parties involved, not just for our selfish March Madness, but for overall health for the nation so we can enjoy March Madness with a smile on our faces. Stop 9, let's just be thankful. Let's be thankful to view and listen to the ending sequence of the stellar UCLA-Stanford game outside in the Pac-12. On the make on one end by Tiger Campbell with 5 seconds to play with the and one, followed by the substitution by Coach Cronin that resulted in a defensive stop that almost closed out the game, followed by a layup with 0.8 seconds left by Oscar De Silva on a little slip to the basket and a layup. What a sequence. And oh yeah, can we just say from that particular game, we'll take Johnny Juzang any day on our team, anytime. Wouldn't that Kentucky crew really like to have a player like Johnny Juzang that can stretch the floor and create his own shot at this point? That might cure a lot of those current Kentucky Wildcat woes. Cue Bill Walton. And finally, our finish line stop is going to be our final beauty belongs to Belmont. The Bruins had a Gonzaga-ish type performance this past week, hitting the century mark in a 114-62 win. They will get a test from podcast favorite Terry Taylor and Austin P this week, and this team holds the beauty on the offensive end and has a difference maker at crucial positions, being point guard and center. And don't blink, but Ben Shepherd, 6'6" sophomore, just might be the next guy that explodes for the Bruins, and he just might take things over on the offensive end. Next time you see the wager for the Bruins, you just might think about the over. Listeners, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting us keep you company and being your college basketball conduit during this season. We love keeping you company along the way. If you like what you're listening to, please give the podcast a follow at SDS Podcast, efficiency of keystrokes, of course. Please don't forget to give Mike a follow over at Randall Rant. He is insightful, entertaining, and educational, all in one nice, tidy little package for your college basketball minds. And if you really like what you're listening to, don't be afraid to leave a nice little comment in your review box on your podcast consumption vehicle of choice. Kindness is cool. Listeners, we'll catch up with you before you know it. Thank you so much for the support out there, and thank you for letting us keep you company along the way. Cheers, Salancha, Gratulatia,